Give it up for Josh Johnson!
I have a hard time sometimes checking back in with someone who I haven't talked to in a long time. There are some people that you can pick up where you left off perfectly. Like, perfectly. Like, even when you call them, you're like, as I was saying. It's been 4 years, but you remember where you left off. And then there's other people where it's like you got to find your footing again. You know? And it's really difficult, at least in the way that we've structured things right now, for men to have very close, intimate friendships with other men. And it's tough because people talk about this epidemic of male loneliness. I'd like to get to the bottom of why men are lonely, because there are men everywhere. It's kind of crazy that there's millions of men and they're all lonely. It seems like they should meet the men that are also lonely. It's a lot of men to be lonely. Imagine 100 million people feel by themselves. Seems fixable. One would hope. But some of it is just like the way that men make friends. There are very few, especially you're talking about your intimate, your strong friendships. There's very few categories and very few ways to go down that road with another man. It's usually one of a few things. Your best friend as a man is usually one related to you, maybe. That's my brother. Didn't even need to make a friend. My parents made him for me. So we sort of rolled together since we were little because, you know, he was right there. So how you gonna not? That's like when people like hate their brothers, I'm like, oh, he must have put some work in then, because by default, y'all should have been at least chilling. And then there are men who become intense friends through a shared trauma, like a war buddy. Like you may not have even been compatible in the outside world, but you went through something that was so distinct to your experience that the only other person that gets it covers so much ground for you that now y'all can be best friends because you went through this thing together. And then the third way is kind of like the brother thing. You just known each other for a long time. I mean, we took civics class together, and that was that. I don't get out much. And even within your friendship, because this is the thing about real loneliness. You don't have to have no friends to be lonely. You can be lonely within the relationships that you have. It's about letting people in, and it's hard as guys for us to really let someone in because there's a thing that we're battling all the time. Some of it's social, some of it's like learned, it's conditioned, and then some of it is not knowing how to express the stuff that's inside. So you're in a really tense place as a guy sometimes, and any little thing can knock you off of a good track you have with a friend. Like a hug. It's a dangerous thing. Hugging as a man. Going in too quick. Looking a little thirsty. We gotta be really specific about our hugs as men, you know? It's on the top of mind, even if you don't think it is. It's surface level, but it's top of mind. You get a weird hug from a friend, it could change your whole relationship. You know? And most of it is like learned over time. As a baseline, you're good to go, right? Especially if you go in for that one palm first, boom, right here, bring it in, very manly. You know, bow, bow, you know, you bang shoulders together. Whoever shoulder breaks first loses. That's my boy, bow, bow, right? You want to make it extra painful, you go in with the other hand. Bow, bow, bow. I remember one time I went in, you know, hugged my buddy, hands out, bow. Good loud clap too, real manly stuff. People that we didn't know heard that pop from across the room. Pow! Went in for the hug, boom. Messed up both our shoulders. And if I'm being honest, it all went awry at the end because I don't know where his mind was at. But, you know, he went to, you know, close it off, last hand on the back. But for some reason, it was a little low, like. Just so you understand what I went through. We were going in for the hug, bow. I bring it in, bow. He comes around. Mid-hug, I'm like, sir. He immediately like, yeah, my bad, dog. I didn't mean to, yeah, no, it was great, you know, wind. And depend on who you are and who it happens with could knock the whole friendship out of whack forever. That's how delicate it is. Oh. And it's tough sometimes, tough to make friends as a man. Like even if you really rock with somebody, you really respect them, you really admire them, and you might even tell them so, but you don't know how to cross over that next level to really be a friend. You know? And because it's not often communicated, a lot of men don't know they have friends. You have people that you're cool with. But then, if somebody asks them and somebody asks you, you're both like, yeah, I guess we're friends. I mean, yeah, he cool. Like, what'd he say about me? Like, no, like, he cool. Like, I mean, like, I like Buddy. Like, he cool and everything. And I'm sure he think I'm cool. But, like, I think we're friends. But it's also cool if we not. Like, if we're not friends at all. Like, I don't care. We could be enemies for all I care. Like, let's get it. Oh, it's true. And then, you know, sometimes you don't realize how hard it is to make friends until you look around and you're like, oh, I don't feel like I have many. It's a thing that can happen subtly. You know, it's not something that comes all at once. You look around and you're like, oh, who would I really call if I was in trouble? Maybe just a few people, maybe genuinely. There's no one you feel comfortable making that call to, you know? And so you want to make friends, but it's tough to go out there and try to make friends as a man sometimes. And it doesn't have to be, but just think about it. Like, dudes always act like they don't know what they mean when a woman is like freaked out by a guy coming on too strong, but let a man just try to be your friend. As a man, walk up to another man and be like, I I like your jeans. See how it goes. I'm sure it'll be fantastic. You know what I mean? But that's my thing. That's my thing, is that we're in a place now where, for the most part, it doesn't have to be this hard. We have online friendships. We have friendships that we can make in person. There's no reason for people to feel lonely. And women try to help. They do. You ever had your girlfriend try to make you some friends? It's one of the most demoralizing. It's one thing when you little. When you're like a little kid and you're weird. Like I was weird and I was a little kid and my mom was like, let me get him some help. Let me find some other weirdos. They can be weird together. It becomes very different when you're like 30. And someone who has made the choice to love you slowly starts trying to set you up with just any other man, so you have someone to talk to besides her. Which is just like so fundamentally what it is. Like it's just sadly a woman who's like, I can't hear everything. Some of this gotta be for the locker room, please. Men are out here so lonely. We got women trying to set us up for locker room talk just so it won't be talked to them for like an hour. And getting set up on like a boyfriend play date is one of the saddest experiences, because as men, you both know why you there. You both sitting here now, knowing why you here, and both y'all acting too good for each other. Like, both y'all sit here like, yeah, you know, the game was crazy last week. I got friends, just so you know. Like, I don't even know why she doing this. Like, yeah, I got people to talk to. And then buddy over here is like, yeah, you know, sports. Yes, the team is doing well, but not as well as we would like. We hope that they will do better, but they have won some games. We hope they win more. Sports. I also got friends. Like, I don't know why my girl, like, I don't know why our girl, when that's just them being obsessed with us when we not around, for her to tell you about me and me about you. You know, there's no need, you know, like we could just watch the game, you know, together without it being something, being weird or anything. You know? Do you want to watch the game though? Because I think it'd be a good one if you want to. Yeah, no, I'd love to watch the game. I'd love to. This is nice, dog. This is nice. Oh. Because it doesn't have to be this way. Your friendships are incredibly important, and I think seeking them out is a very important business to make in life. Seeking out good friendships, seeking out people that make you a better person. It will make you richer than anything you could have ever imagined, because friends take care of you. There are times where you don't know what's going to happen to you, and there are people who you didn't need to call, you didn't need to ask, they just show up because they care about you. Those things are incredibly important, and a lot of men feel like they're missing in their lives, and is once again wild, because there are a lot of men feel like we could get to the bottom of it pretty quickly. Just looking around, you know? Because a lot of what makes that loneliness is a cycle. It's a hamster wheel of somewhat our own making. You know, you're on this thing because you don't feel loved and you don't feel lovable. And when you don't feel loved and you don't feel lovable, you usually don't behave in a way that makes you more lovable to people. You usually don't open up. And so you're acting in a way that becomes more antisocial. It pushes more people away. So the people that you would have got just by happenstance, they get pushed away. And then there are actively people in your life that you try to be close to. You push them away as well. And then by the fact that you push so many people away, it reconfirms to you the thing that you told yourself about yourself. And so you just stay on that wheel. And it is simple to get off. It's not easy, but it's simple. You just step off of the wheel and you walk up to a guy that you respect and you say, I like your jeans. Like, it's cool. They're really cool. Like, you're like cool. And one of the reasons that is simple but not easy, one of the reasons it's scary to do is because there seems to be such a lack of accepting that thing, of accepting that love, of accepting someone wanting to be there for you, take care of you and everything. It's very hard to get in. And look, once you're there, you're there. Once you're there, you know, I know a lot of loyal men, and you'll have a friend for life, but there's some walls, you know. Like one thing that I've seen is a rabbit hole that I've fallen down that I enjoy very much is this trend of men calling to wish their friends good night. And it encapsulates everything that I'm saying. It's one of the most fascinating things to watch. Basically, if you haven't seen this yet, people are recording, usually the girlfriend or wife is recording their husband or boyfriend calling his friends to say goodnight. That's it. That's literally it, and it's one of the most fascinating things you can watch, because there are as many reactions as there are like faces on a diamond. Like you cannot predict what's going to happen, and you will be surprised every single time. Because it'll call, and one of those calls, they answer, "Hey, what's up?" "Nothing. What's up with you, man?" "Oh, not much. You know, I was just calling, about to go to bed and everything, so I just want to wish you good night." The first one I watched, I just want to call and wish you good night, you know, just have a good night. And the guy was like, "What?" No, I was just saying, call and wish you good night. Like, you know, hope you have a good night too. Sleep tight, drink sweet dreams and everything. What? And this reaction comes because the last time that a man heard those words, he was a boy. And it was his parents. And that's if it ever happened. So a lot of men don't know how to handle it. It's literally like, yeah, I'm just saying, like, sleep tight, you know, night and everything. Huh? Not even kidding. In the call, what are you doing? Nothing. I'm just about to nod off and everything. So I was saying, you know, have a good night. You know, I'll see you when I see you. Like, I gotta go. Oh, another one of my favorites. Another one that genuinely filled me with joy. This dude called and he was like, Hey man, how you doing? I'm good. How you doing? Yeah, no, I'm good, man. I'm just about to nod off and everything. So I'm, just wanted to wish you good night. Say sleep tight, sweet dreams and everything. Dude on the phone went, what? Night. What you mean good night? You would not believe how many men said, what do you mean good night? What do you mean good night? And he's like, oh yeah, no, I'm just about to go to bed, sweet dreams and everything. And he's like, yo, you good? Are you good? Dog, for real, are you good? And for the rest of the phone call, he could not convince his friend he wasn't kidnapped. Like, yeah, dog, no, I'm good, I'm chilling. I'm just, about to nod off. We haven't talked in a while, so I want to say night, wish you sweet dreams and everything. And he's like, oh, they got you? Ooh, okay, let me know where you at? No, I'm at home. I'm just saying, like, sweet dreams and everything. Like, I hope you sleep well, like, sleep tight and everything. Like, I won't let you die, dog. Where you at? No, I'm right now. Just send me the address. Like, put in code or something. Like, no, totally different call. This dude called. Wish this dude good night. He was like, hey, I just want to say good night, sleep dreams, hope you, have a good night and everything. And the dude said, huh? Yeah, just good night. Hope you have a good night. Yo, what you mean good night? Like, I'm just saying good, like, have a good night, like sleep well. He's like, yeah, whoa, why you calling me telling me that? Like, you call me like I'm like a side chick or something. What you doing? I was like, no, dog, I just wanted to wish you, a good night. Hope you sleep well, sleep tight and everything. Hey, I really feel like you're being disrespectful right now. And one of the reasons I feel like this is such a phenomenon is because I'm not saying that women even do this all the time, but the way that women are friends with each other has a lot more of these little things in it. It's the little checkups. It's the little, like, how you doing, how you been. It's the little chats that is usually missing in male friendships, which makes a lot of men not really know where they stand with other men. Like, you'll be friends with somebody. You'll be considered a friend by somebody, but you won't be sure. You'll be like, no, I like him. And we hang out once in a while, but like, he's like my other friend's brother. So if you ask him, I guess he'd say we're friends, but it's also cool if he doesn't. Like, I don't care. I ain't care. I'm not pressed about that. Like, maybe we friends, maybe we not. I don't know. It's cool either way. If you want to be enemies, we could do that too. Like, because that's the thing. Is just how we show love is very specific. Like, I've watched my girlfriend tell her girlfriends, love you, easily. Not another thought. Love you as bye, love you middle conversation, whatever, right? And as men, we rarely say, I love you to other men, especially that we're not related to. And I think it's because to me, it's just a different style of love. Because a lot of men will not say, I love you to their other friends, to other men. They won't say, I love you. They say it in a different way because what we value as men is the sort of like loyalty or ride or die level of commitment that we have to each other that stays unspoken. Sometimes you don't even know somebody has it for you until you're in trouble. So as men, we don't really say I love you to each other like that. You know a man loves you when he says, dog, I'd die for you. Because we really just sort of keep it in life and death. Outside looking in, I'm not saying I know, I'm just saying from what I watch, it seems like women are very excited to give and receive love from each other. And as men, we're very excited to die. Oh, we would love to die together. That'd be preferable. Just let's die together. Yeah, no, we'll ride out right now, dog. You know? And that's what I saw in that phone call when that dude called his friend. That dude loved him, convinced he was kidnapped. I was like, where you at? Let me know right now. Because so much of it is like about being hard, I suppose. Like as a man, you want to be not just respect, you want to be admired, you want to be hard, and it seems like being hard is the way to get those two things. It was this dude called his buddy, said sweet dreams. He's like, what you mean sweet dreams? What you mean sweet dreams? No, I'm just saying sweet dreams. No, what you mean sweet dreams? I don't have sweet dreams. All right, it's nightmares every day around here. Nobody worried about some sweet dream. What you dreaming about? Shoot, I dream about work. Maybe my favorite one, we're talking like top. One of my favorite ones is this dude calls. Hey, what's up, dog? Oh, I'm good. What's up with you? Nothing. I just wanted to call, say good night, sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite you. Just wanted to wish you a good night, man. He was like, how you know I got bed bugs, dog? Like, I didn't tell anybody about that. What's wrong with you? Why you... Don't be telling people my business, for real. We're talking like top 2-3 videos of the trend. It was this one dude calls his buddy up, and he's already giggling because he knows how his friend's gonna react. Because that's the thing, is that it's so funny how weird people react, because you can tell from the way they pick up the phone that they're close. Who they chose to call for a reason. And half of them, when they pick up, they're being silly anyway, Hey, what's up? If that's how you answer, you can't freak out when someone says good night. Male friendships are so important because at least for the guys that I know, they're some of the only friendships that tether you. They tether you to a way of seeing the world that is unconditional of other things. I'm not saying that when you have female friends or when you're alone, you can't get to the same place you can get with male friends. I just think it's very different. It's very different. Like if you went to one of your female friends after a breakup and you're telling her what happened, maybe she'll see your perspective, but she probably wasn't going to do the same thing as you were going to do. Whereas if you go to a guy after a breakup and you tell him what happened, one of two things is either going to happen. He's either going to see completely your perspective. Maybe he'll pump you up. Maybe he'll tell you you were wrong. But he's going to see it exactly the way that you see it. Or he's going to be like, dang, I was about to do that same thing. That's good to know. Like, I was about to ruin my whole life. Oh, thank God you did it before me. Okay. Oh, that's good to know. All right. No. Because I want that for the men that I see suffering from loneliness. I want them to have friends. Friends would fix the loneliness, and it would heal a big part of this thing that we see en masse from men. When you see a bunch of like angry men, some people are like, all these angry dudes just need a girlfriend. All these like incels just need to get laid. It's like, no, they need friends. like friends. Friends would fix things way more than I think we realize, because sometimes those dudes get a girlfriend. I know it doesn't seem likely, but it's true. No, fundamentally, I'm being serious, it's true. Sometimes the most like weird, nasty posting incel will actually get a girlfriend. And it doesn't necessarily heal everything, because now in their mind they're like, okay, this woman likes me. This woman doesn't think that I'm ugly. But all of these preconceived notions they have about women still remain. Whereas when you have friends, I'm not saying it makes you a wholly better person. It depends on the friends that you keep. You can measure parts of a man by the company that he keeps. But at the same time, when you have a bunch of friends around you, well-rounded friends that can hear what you're saying or can understand where you're coming from and can help guide you down a better path, that makes it better for everyone. You know, some of my best friends have shown me things about myself I wouldn't have caught otherwise. And it's not as if you even need that many. I don't even know if men could handle a lot of friends. We're not good at maintaining relationships in the same way. So 5 is probably enough. Honestly, 5, that 5th one, you're gonna forget his name once in a while. 5 is a lot. A lot of men have one. And once again, it falls into the categories I was talking about before. They have one truly close friend, one truly close male friend, and they either have just known him a long time, or it's their brother, or they went to war together. Yeah? But they have one. So when he dies, that's it. Because you're also his only one. I hope that we can get men to prank each other to the point of good mental health. I hope that it would be so dope if the next level of the prank is just like, hey everybody, I'm gonna go to my buddy's dad's funeral to support him. Let's see what he does. He's there at the funeral. He's like, how you feel, man? How are you doing? His friend's like, how am I doing? What you mean how I'm doing? What you mean how you try to get knocked out? What you mean how I'm doing? Huh? What you mean how I'm doing? What do you mean how I'm doing? What do you mean? And then he cries on his shoulder, and that's the cry on the shoulder challenge. Like, you just have to ask how a man is doing over and over until he answers. And then he really needed that. It's really important. So have a moment together. Just see dudes like, next trend, just Next trend is just like, like the kitchen challenge where you just like go over to your boy's place and just check his kitchen. Like, is it insane? Is it disgusting? Are there other things living there? I'd love to see, and we as a society will hopefully be around much longer. One day TikTok's gonna be pretty old. I wanna see a TikTok challenge where it's just dudes calling each other out of nowhere, being like, hey, make sure you get your prostate checked, all right? We all 50 and up right now, like, no, look, I'm gonna call him, tell him to check his prostate, see how he react, right? It's like, all right, yeah, because we both 55, so it's like that time, you gotta keep up with your health and everything. He freaking out. You're like, why you worried about my prostate, dog? It's something I hope continues, because I think it's nice. Out of all of like the TikTok trends and YouTube pranks, this is like one that I think is genuinely good. Because you'll see these compilations of them, and then every once in a while you'll get one. This dude called his friend. He was like, "Hey, how you doing?" "I'm good. How are you?" "I'm all right. I was just calling, wish you good night and everything." And his friend was like, "What?" It's like, "Yeah, no, I was just thinking about you, so I want to say good night, sleep tight. You know what I mean? Have sweet dreams and everything." And his buddy was like, "Oh, thank you, man. Nah, I appreciate you, man. You have sweet dreams too, dog." No, that's special.
Hey, brother, I was just calling to say goodnight and hope you sleep well, have sweet dreams and everything. And life is hard, I know, but you always keep your head up. You always make it to the next day. That's all we can do. And I just hope you know that there are people who really do love you, care about you, are thinking about you. And I hope tomorrow's better than today was. Also, I don't want this to disturb your sleep or anything, but they did get me, by the way, the ops. So I don't let it disturb your sleep tonight, but like if there's something you could do, like if you could get over here, I don't know if they want money. I honestly, I am frightened, but I'm gonna keep my head up the way you keep your head up, brother, and we gon' get through it. But anyway, sleep tight, sweet dreams. Night night.
Welcome to the Josh Johnson Show. I'm Josh Johnson, joined by my co-host, fellow stand-up comedian Logan Nielsen. Logan, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well, man. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I think I'm just at this point where I'm fed up with a lot of things. Like I think that I don't think I'm crazy. I don't think that I'm a crazy person.
It's great that you're saying this in kind of a whisper, too.
No, but like...
Hey, listen. I don't think I'm crazy, okay? I don't think I'm crazy. No one can tell me that I'm crazy.
So basically, kind of off the cusp of what we talked about before on the Patreon and stuff like that, I've been going to the gym, and I've seen increasingly, there's just a wave. There's an epidemic in this country at this moment of people...
Two, I think.
Of people who genuinely want to be bigger people than they are. Like I know my body size. I know my body type. I know that the best thing that I can do is gain about 10 pounds I gain about 10 pounds, of muscle, and I hold it for the rest of my life, I'm doing really well, because I'm not a tall enough guy to be a big guy. That's not who I am.
Right.
I'm not a huge man.
Okay.
So I don't lift like a huge man would lift. I don't try to pick up 300, pounds and put it on my chest or lift it with my legs or move it at all. If I see 300 pounds, I leave it alone. I've been very good at leaving 300 pounds alone my entire life. My entire life, I've seen 300 pounds worth of stuff and I haven't touched it.
This whole rant has the energy of someone called you small yesterday.
No.
Someone just like, oh, you're little. And you've been like, listen, I don't need to lift those big weights, okay? It doesn't matter, okay? I don't need to. I know I'm not big. I don't need it. I'm comfortable with me. I don't need to lift it. You get out of here.
Everything that you said is true except for somebody calling me small. I'm very comfortable in my body. I know who I am. I like who I am. And I don't need to lift ridiculous amounts of weight just to prove something. Like, honestly, when you lift like that, all you're doing is practicing pushing people away in your life. That's all you're getting stronger for.
Jesus.
That if you are pushing 500 pounds, I bet you could push a sibling away.
Well, so now I want to be clear now too. Are you against anyone just trying to get bigger that way, or are you mainly just coming down on the people who clearly are trying, but they're skipping too many steps?
I'm coming down on people who lift wrong. There's a lot of people out here that are like, if I moved it an inch, I did the whole rep, and that's not life.
Yeah. Well, that's like when we watched, if you ever watch those videos, we've watched a couple of the gym fail compilation stuff. And yeah, we just did a thing on Patreon about it a little bit. And it's like most of those people who like fall down right away or pass out, it's because like, yeah, your body doesn't want to do that. Your body's shut down because you decided to skip from 200 to 300.
So there was this man in the gym. That this is also a very dumb thing to have happen because it's wholly unnecessary because even the gym wasn't equipped for it. Okay. So the gym doesn't have like a trap bar, right? It doesn't have one of those hex bars that so I went to this gym and it's very minimal, right? And this person took the long bar, like the bar for, squatting and bench pressing and everything. And this person, I don't know what his plan was. I really don't. But this is so stupid. And I should have just been recording him. Anyway, so because that
would be the next step of evolution in the show.
Because now I have to explain a thing that's so dumb. I'm going to sound dumb saying it. So
that's going to be fun for me. So
what he did was he took the two bars that are for squatting or bench pressing, and he put weight on either side of those bars. Then he stood in the middle of each of those bars and tried to pick them both up, like he was standing in a hex bar, which if you don't know what a hex bar is, it's a way for you to deadlift where the bar, instead of being one long strip, it's all around you.
It's a hexagon around you.
This man took a bar here and a bar here and put weight on either side of them and then was trying to deadlift them up each.
To explain it, it's as if he took weightlifting bars, but like he put them down like skis.
He put them down like skis, and then
on
he tried
either
to
side
pick it
of
up.
him to reach down to pull them up. And I'm assuming were these like regular length like bench bars?
Yeah, regular length bench bars, which is insane.
Wow.
So then
the confidence that you will be able to balance that perfectly.
So then
with only your wrists,
this dude then stands up. So he does do the rep. I'm not I gotta give him full credit. He did the rep. But what he ends up doing after that is each bar in his hand starts like swinging. Like it starts like swinging one side of that. So now he's shifting his weight to try to balance them, which you don't even have to do. Jesus. You did the rep. Let it go. You could drop it. It would make a loud noise.
So he did the rep and then he's just holding them now. And then
he did the rep. I think what he was trying to do is do the rep and then shrug it. I think he was trying to stand up and then shrug.
Oh, do a little shrug.
But as he's trying to shrug it, he like knocks him off balance. So now he just looks like the world's worst juggler. Like nothing's leaving his hands, but everything's moving. And people are starting to get concerned. Like, you don't want to get close enough to actually spot him, but you kind of, if he had had two friends, first of all, if he had had two friends, he wouldn't have done this. But if he had two friends, they could have run up and grabbed the bar and taken each one out of his hand and told him that he was an idiot. But because he doesn't, he's just sort of swinging both bars and then is turning as he swings because now he's truly off balance. Right?
It's like those videos you see of bridges that go crazy, you know?
Yeah, those bridges that
and wobble and they just freak the hell out.
Yeah. So then he's like this, and he starts banging into a couple things like some benches and stuff because the whole area is not wide enough for him to be doing this. And so then he bangs into a couple things, and he finally is like, I should set these down, and you can see just
I should stop.
You can see the strain on his face as he's trying to set them down while they're also uneven, and he just refuses to drop them because I guess that would be in poor taste. And so he finally sets them down. When he stands back up after that, if you want to call it a rep, he is so genuinely lightheaded. Like, bro, I could see it. I was like, this dude wants to pass out. This dude wants to pass out so bad. And if nothing else but the sheer, like a man's ego is an incredibly powerful thing.
For sure.
An ego will give you the strength to lift that, but it will also remind you of how embarrassing it would be to pass out to the point where you force oxygen into your brain so you don't pass out. This dude was wobbling. He wobbled to the water fountain, and then he stayed at the water fountain for quite a while and then just didn't drink any water. This dude is leaning on the water fountain for strength.
Because he knew bending over the rest of the way would take him down. That's where his body would give up to actually get to the drink.
Yeah, if I actually stand up from this water fountain, I'll just pass out and bang my head on this water fountain.
Wow. I do wonder sometimes. Like, I don't go to the gym often, so that's why I don't know a lot of gym stories when Josh brings it up. But there is always there's always people. And did this guy too seem like actually kind of in shape too?
No, he was in shape. That's why that's always that.
And that's always the mind blowing part too. It's always really in shape people. But you see everything they do is a buck wild choice. And obviously that's not how you set that up. Don't do it that way.
Don't ever.
Then you're like, how did you avoid injury long enough to get in good shape? It's like they seem like they got lucky for so long and you're catching the one. Or is that every time? Does this guy feel like he's about to pass out every goddamn time? And in his mind, he's like, man, that's a hell of a workout. One rep makes you want to pass out.
Can you imagine almost passing out and then having to, in your head, go, oh, one.
Day's just getting started.
Yeah.
Set one, rep one down.
I also love the... it was deeply uncomfortable. So, if someone actually listens to this podcast that does CrossFit, I'm sure they'll correct us in some way or fashion. But to my knowledge, and I just call them CrossFit pull-ups because they're wrong, and I've only ever seen people who do CrossFit do them. Okay. Have you seen the pull-up where you're just fully using momentum to get the next rep? So it just looks like you're chest bumping the bar, like you're just riding.
Yeah.
I've literally only ever seen people who I know do CrossFit do it that way. That's just, I don't know if that's how they teach you or if they just don't care and they count those as reps. But basically, I was watching this guy in the gym one time that was doing those. And there's a guy standing on the ground that's trying to use the pull down machine. And he is just catching whiffs of crotch at every rub with the bar, he's just like, and it's like he's like truly catching crotch in the ear, like just, and he's like trying to just do his reps, and you can tell he's just swallowing the anger. He's just like, oh, okay.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know how more people don't just die in gyms, to be honest.
It's such a weird, the concept of a gym is wild, because you pay me the money and then you just free range. You can just go. But that doesn't mean you know how to work out. Like,
no, God, no.
I've even said that on stage before. I was like, you just took my money. I haven't graduated any program or anything.
Yeah.
So now I've just given you money to be allowed to hurt myself here.
Nah, you're good. Go in there. Throw around all those big, heavy circles. You got it, bud. I believe in you.
Yeah.
Here's a sticker. Yeah.
And for $25.99, I'll believe in you a little bit extra every month with one of our specialized trainers.
Yep. And I'll be here every week in my polo doing this. Give a little thumbs up at you. And then once you walk away, I do not want to fucking hear from you again. Once you're in there with the big dangerous stuff, I don't want to hear from you. Get in there. Fuck it up.
My my friend in Chicago. Do you remember when I was in Chicago, I was at that Export Fitness?
I remember you talking about it. Yeah.
Okay. So I joined this Export Fitness gym when I lived in Chicago. And it was like, if I had been thinking, and if it had been any other time in my life, I wouldn't have done it, actually. Like, you join that gym and they want all the money up front. There's no monthly plan. At least while I was there was no monthly.
Oh, so like for plan. The year you pay
they want
up front for a yearly
year
cost?
And a half up front.
Damn.
It's wild. And then their January special, their like promotion that they do is that they'll give you, they say they're giving you like 4 months up to 6 months free. But you're not. That's just what you charge. And you're like, if I divide it, I didn't save anything. You know what I mean? Like, maybe the promotion goes away, but it probably comes back. So this is just what you charge at this gym. Like, don't act like you're doing me some huge favor.
Right.
I said all that to say that when I was there was one guy who would always roast me because he wanted to train me. And so his sales tactic was to just belittle me every time he saw me.
Oh, yeah. You told me about this guy. Yeah.
So he would just roast me hard. He'd just be like, what's that, extra small? Like, just like everything about my shirts, about everything. And I was just like, nah, it's a regular
small. I'm comfortable with my size. I don't need to be in here lifting this heavy stuff.
Yeah.
So this happened recently, everybody.
And this dude was torn, right? This dude was like Terry Crews levels torn. And he'd just be like, hey, I see you in this gym. I see you moving around. You can move a little weight, but you guessing. Why you guessing? Like, he would do that every time. I would come in. I would work out. I would know it was back day, so I would do only my back. And then just for fun, sometimes for cardio, I do the ropes. They have the ropes that you can do. You know, little like shaking the ropes. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Shaking the ropes.
Yeah, it's like that. Isn't it a football thing? Don't you guys do that in football a lot?
It's for, I mean, not at my school. We didn't have big ropes, but yeah, where you the big ass ropes you throw around. Rope shaking.
Yeah, do the rope shaking.
Yeah, do that.
And so I would do something like that, and anytime I turned around and I was doing an exercise that was outside the bounds of the body group I was working that day, that dude would, I would just see him in the corner and he'd just be shaking his head. It's like, it was the most
disappointed in you from afar.
Dude, it was the most flattered but bullied, but like, it was insane. And it went on for months, dude. It went on for months. This dude, I would come in because I wasn't even coming in every day. There were some.
You gained like a high school athlete dad.
Yeah.
Like you gained him, like he was disappointed in you that you weren't living up to the potential.
Yeah. This dude was
to
wild.
make the team. He expects more of you, Josh.
Yeah. And then he was like, what was he told me one time? He was like, oh man, I saw you in here one time. I saw you doing those tricep extensions. I was scared for your life. I was scared for your life. Okay.
I was scared for your life.
Because like you couldn't handle that weight. You couldn't handle it. And I thought your little arms were gonna snap in half. This dude is telling me this. And then I was like, hey, if you saw me struggling, why didn't you help me? And he was like, I almost ran up to spot you, but sometimes people need to learn.
You need to let a dude die to learn his lesson.
And I was like, why would I want to train with you if I know you almost let me hurt myself? And he was like, but I didn't let you hurt yourself because you didn't hurt yourself. I'm like, don't act like a guardian angel. Like,
yeah. Don't act like you could tell I was going to get out of it.
Yeah.
If you were worried.
Because
that's how you started this.
Because the time that he's talking about, I couldn't even remember. So it's not like I almost died and he saw me and then he brought it up later. Whatever he's talking about, I was like, are you sure you're even talking about me? Like,
yeah.
Because also,
do all us littles look the same to you?
Yeah. Does everyone under 6 feet, under 200 pounds look the same to you? You know? Which would be hilarious, by the way, is if you're such a big dude, if you walk around looking like Terry Crews and the rest of the world looks like minions to you.
All I see is forehead. I don't know. I can't. Everyone looks the same. Whether
they're 4 foot or they're 5, like 9. You're like, what? Dude, it was truly chaos. This dude he wouldn't follow me around. He would just always be there.
But he'd be watching from across the room.
This dude, and I never really looked out for him that much. Anytime I happened to see him was me looking back. Does that make sense? Like he was never in my field of vision.
Yeah.
He would just be, if I just happened to take a break, like I'm drinking water and I turn around, he's just in the distance in the gym, just like, I've never seen someone try to sell me.
He can't even drink hard enough.
There's no one that's ever tried to sell me that hard.
Yeah.
Because he told me, he was like, man, I can see you got a little shoulder, you got a little chest. It's just wasted potential.
Yeah. That's a real gym stepdad. That's a
real. Yeah.
You know,
I was like, if anything, I can't work out with you now. You know that, right? I can't.
Because even now there's too much feeling involved.
This is too intense.
You're already too disappointed in me. I want to at least start a median with someone.
And then
slowly disappoint them over time.
And then it was at that gym. So much happened at that gym because there was a thing where if you open the wrong door, an alarm would sound, and for whatever reason they actually had to clear everybody out of the gym. So if you went out of one of those doors, you'd lose your membership, and it was written on the door. It was written on the door.
You lose your membership even?
You lose your membership.
Wow.
Because because they were only part of that building. And so I guess if you sound that alarm, you end up actually like having them make everyone evacuate that's in the building. I think outside the export
just because of that, just because that alarm goes off, they have to, like, by policy, get everyone out.
Because I asked, because it was written on 5 doors. And I asked one of the guys one day, just one of the guys that worked there, I don't even know if he was a trainer, and I asked him why, and he was like, because once it goes off, it doesn't stop. Like someone has to come, like, I guess you have to put a key in it, I don't know. But anyway.
Yeah, and sometimes the fire department's the only one that has, like, that key.
Yeah, and so the worst part about that thing was they're the 5 doors that are, like, to the sidewalk. They're the most reasonable doors to exit.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah. So I almost did it one time, and I'm surprised I never did it. But I watched a guy do it once, and you could just see his face. Like the color.
Then you lose your membership?
You lose your membership.
Wow.
The color just drains from his face, and he only cracked it, and it went off. And we all had to, like, walk out, and I just left because I was like, I was almost done anyway. I'll just leave in these clothes. Right. I don't need this bad.
I feel like that's something that I know it's an emergency exit, so you can't block it. But I feel like you could put like one little yellow tape, caution thing just right across it. Yeah. That would stop people. That stops people. And that you can run through that in an emergency. That's not gonna hold anybody.
Yeah.
If the gym is suddenly fully on fire in the middle, which would be hard to do. Someone was working out so hard they burst into flames. Like that's for that to happen.
One of the best workouts I saw someone do was there, and it was this guy. It was these two dudes who looked identical. Like one of them spotted me one time, and I guess I let it slip that I thought they were twins or something. And they were like, "No, we're just buddies." And it was so funny to me because they looked identical. It was like
really?
They looked like two Joe Rogans. Like two dudes that couldn't have, because they were both
Dos
bald.
Rogans.
They were both bald, and they both had the shoulders and everything.
Yeah.
Anyway, when they would work out, I love to see it, because at first I thought they were trolling, because this is the beginning of people putting those YouTube videos of them doing weird, annoying workouts.
Oh, yeah, screaming and shit.
These dudes were not trolling at all. Their workout grunt sounded like an injury. And it couldn't have been funnier. Every rep that it was really one guy that did it more than the other guy. But every rep that this guy would do, he would go. He would go, wait, don't make me laugh. Stop. Okay, wait.
I'm doing it.
Every rep he would go. Oh. Every rep, it didn't matter if he was doing chest press. He would be doing chest press. He'd be doing shoulder press. He would be doing like pull-ups, and he would go.
That sounds like you did something that pisses off your dad. Like he looks at, he's like, "Aw, come on, I gotta fix this now."
And the worst part about it was that his form was like impeccable. Like you actually could have made a tutorial video of this dude and just have him going. It's
a workout video where they're showing form and they never address the noises that the athlete in the video is making. Because what we're trying to get is, if you look right here, that's the kind of motion we're looking for.
And it was like,
and it's just in the bed. The guy's trying to talk over it to camera. He's here, in the background.
Because to me, this is I guess what makes me laugh about it so hard is that his level of grunt was obviously based off the level of weight he was doing.
Right.
So when he was doing hard shoulder presses, he was like, right? But then when he was doing just we're talking about body squats. He would be like, And it was my favorite. I was so excited when they would work out because it was so funny. At first I thought they were trolling, and by the third time I was like, "Oh, this is earnest." Like,
they both did it. They both made that noise.
The other guy did it less than the main. The main guy did it the most, and he did it the loudest.
Because it'd be great if they both had the exact same noise, and then they look alike too, and just trading places.
I'm so glad that we're getting good stuff. I have a very bad feeling that my battery's about to die. So
on your camera?
it'll be less for you to edit. but it does mean we may not have a full video episode because I don't know.
Is it giving the battery sign right now, or
it's giving the battery sign? And I charged it, and it wasn't full, but it was on 2 bars, and it's only been 30 minutes.
Is it giving you the battery sign, or is it flashing the little red one for the card, meaning it's recording?
No, it's flashing the battery red and white.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
yeah,
we'll take it till it goes. But yeah, I'll just keep talking. Because
I'm wondering too if we want
plenty of good stuff for video. But yeah, so anyway, I love when there's a movement in the gym, or there's just a certain exertion that's just not regular, because these exercises are not new. There's rarely new equipment, and even when there is, it's new equipment helping you do an old exercise.
Right. Yeah.
So I used to love the guys who came in with the respirators before COVID. Do you remember those dudes who would come in with the oxygen mask?
I mean, I've seen guys in oxygen masks. Josh, I don't go to the gym, bud.
Yeah, but I just mean
in the time you've known me, I don't go to the gym.
Yeah, I just mean if you've seen it in passing, I know you don't go
oxygen tanks. Yeah, I've seen.
No, not oxygen tanks. The little mask.
Oh, like the white mask, or
kind of it'll be the mask with the 2 circles on either side.
Okay, like an old ventilation mask kind of thing.
Yeah, and people would work out in those. And it was always funny to watch because they were trying to mimic working out in altitude, I guess.
Is that the point of that?
I believe so. And it's so funny because
yep, that's your camera turning off.
Yeah.
Well, Josh's camera turned off. We're going to finish the episode. So, hey, something's going to happen video-wise.
That's so funny. Oh, okay. So yeah, no, you would just see a guy in a respirator or something. And,
right.
And every once in a while you would see a guy who's really slowing down. This was a bad idea. He should not be doing this. He's not it's not that he's not fit. There's just a level of fitness for what you want to do versus where you are.
Right. Yeah.
And he's not at that place where he can run on the treadmill for an hour in that respirator. It's just not happening.
Right.
And so you would see him just really contemplating his life, but with the mask still on. This whole thing probably seems like less of an issue since we've lived in COVID and have watched people have emotions with the mask on. But the first time I ever saw someone have a full on breakdown, I was in a mask. I was in a gym, and this dude was just huffing and puffing, but walking back and forth with his hands on his hips, but refused to take the mask off, but was just
And this was pre-COVID, you said?
This is pre-COVID. So,
okay.
So my man does look crazy.
Yeah. It's people like that, too. You look around, we can't all be training for something. We all can't be training for some sort of life-changing journey we're about to go on. And it seems like that's what some are trying to do. I got to be ready to run a mountain, maybe.
I'll do you one better. Most of us shouldn't be training for anything.
Yeah, that's the flip side of it. Most of us just should not be. Yeah.
Because this is the thing. A lot of people mistake what good longevity exercise is. It's very little of it is lifting, actually. You need to be active to the point where you're walking every day, and you need to be moving for yourself when it's necessary. So you going, I think that New York keeps people just by virtue of what it takes to live here. I think New York actually does help you stay healthy if you decide to walk instead of Uber and bus everywhere.
Well,
that alone
when I was
is
there,
doing wonders for you.
When I was there and we talked about how hot it was, I think I lost 7 pounds just from purely walking around and sweating my ass off.
Yeah,
and then the agility too, because remember that last day, New York threw a few rats and roaches at me, so maybe kind of have to stay quick.
Yeah, because
It
honestly,
happened twice on the way home. A rat ran through my feet, which is like fine, but it's startling once. Twice, you kind of go like, really?
yeah, dude, I'm telling you, that thing, oof. When you have to just like get somewhere on foot that you don't even care to be, that really makes you take your time when you're walking. And I think that just that alone is really good exercise.
Even that, dude. That's what I love too about people that live in New York, and you do it a lot, where it's like you're even trying to praise it for something, and you're like, yeah, but then you gotta walk, and you don't even want to be there.
No, yeah,
every statement always has this layer of being like, and also like, what's even the point and why? But New York. This is wildly off topic. I mean, I guess not. It's about staying limber, staying loose. But this might only be interesting to you and not our listeners at all. But Maddie caught a possum the other night.
So your dog, that is how old?
She turns 12 this week.
So your dog that is 12 years old this week caught a possum.
Bro, I was proud of her. She's never caught anything.
It caught a possum that I'm assuming was agile.
It was a small possum. Like, it was small and like thin. I actually thought I saw it at one point. There was a quick second in my head where I'm like, is that a ferret? Because I've never seen one so long and like black before. But it was definitely a possum because I saw it had the tail and it wasn't a rat. And then she went right to it. She had it. She knew where it was gonna be. I'm really proud of her. She's a shit hunter for a hound. So she was ready. She bolted, cut it off, and it was in her mouth with one grab, and then it did the full like possum like blah, like play dead thing. It was really, honestly too. I'm gonna critique this possum's performance, hamming it up a little bit. It was a bit much.
Do you think if possums
it had its mouth
talk,
open and its tongue out, it was going bah, and I'm like, all right.
Do you think if possums could talk, they'd be like, "Oh, you got me. I have been murdered."
Ooh, oh, you got me, the light. Oh no,
damn.
I see my grandma.
Ooh, I'm so dead. Ooh. Oh, you gonna kill me? Ooh.
And she was, I think Maddie was surprised she caught it because one, I like yelled, I was like, Maddie, drop it. And she kind of looked at me like, I don't know what to do now. She just had it in her mouth looking at me. And then she dropped it and I dragged her in. And then once I closed the door, I saw the possum get up. I'm like, ugh, and then like walk out of the yard.
Dude,
that's the part that grossed you out the most was the possum walking away.
Yeah, that was.
What do you think was going to happen next?
I hadn't prepared myself for that part.
For the thought of a possum walking. Okay, interesting.
So over the weekend, I was in Ojai, California, with Sally and her parents and everything. And in the middle of the night, I went to the bathroom. And in the bathroom, while I was on the toilet, just trying to, do my natural thing, a spider.
Trying to do my natural thing.
A spider that just had too many legs. Okay, a spider with
more than the regular 8
coming out of its legs. Yeah, like this.
A 15-legged spider came out.
This spider had a fat old ass, which to me reads as poison.
You're probably not wrong.
Yeah, so I just like immediately grab a towel and stomp the shit out of it, Right. I'm just stomp, right? I move the towel. This is all while I'm still on the toilet. Like I'm not standing up or anything, right?
Right.
And so I can barely even reach it. I'm like extending my leg to stomp it. And then I move the towel and it's all crumbled.
So you're standing on the toilet but stomping down at it. Raining down from above is what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was just trying to,
yeah. And so then I move the towel and it's doing its all crunchy, like I've been through a blender stance, whatever, right? And then I think it's dead. I'm still on the toilet, so I can't do anything about it at the moment. And I genuinely almost screamed though, because I'm sitting on the toilet. I'm almost done. And as I'm about to like stand up, it fully just extends all of its legs and runs away. And,
wow.
And I was ready to throw up. Because if you've ever watched a spider come back to life, you know how disgusting it looks. Like, it stayed in that crumpled position because it thought, okay, if I stay like this, maybe they'll leave me alone. And he was right.
Yeah.
Then I go have a great day. We went on a hike. It was beautiful. We saw some oranges along the way that were like truly like so ripe that they were falling off the tree. Incredibly sweet. We ate a couple of them. And then we went into town, had a great brunch, and, you know, just like had a really, really nice day. Then that night, I go to the bathroom again, and this is I'm pretty regular. I don't want to brag, but I go to the bathroom again, and as I am on the toilet,
shut the fuck up. Hit me in waves of you bragging about being regular. All right, go ahead. What happened?
It's a beautiful thing.
It's a great thing. Yeah,
it means your life.
Some
is
people
in
aren't
order.
that way. Yeah.
So anyway,
my girlfriend's jealous of me. I'm more regular. She absolutely, she's called me out. She's like you got your times in the day. I go, yes, I do.
Yeah. And so
it's called training.
Oh.
Huh? Come on. It's called aspiring to greatness.
Oh God. Okay. So anyway, I go to the bathroom again, and I'm in the same position, just vulnerable. Okay, pants down, knees up. All right.
That's the way I like to fuck.
And so.
You said it in the perfect rhythm. I couldn't help but say it.
What I can only assume is the same spider comes from under this set of like drawers that are in the bathroom, and I'm like, he's asking to be murdered now. Like now he's actually asking. So I laid a trap. I dropped a washcloth on the floor and let him walk on it. And then I threw the towel over, and then I stomped it, because now there's nothing flat for him to, like, you know, weasel around with. You know, he can't like shimmy and everything. He's between two textured surfaces that are going to be smushed together. So now I got him right in my mind. Now he's done. You know.
But what's that? He's behind you with a gun.
And so then I stop, I finish using the bathroom, I stand up, right? I check again. I check, very regular amount of time. I'm not a freak. I check again, and he's still there. I then go, and this is my fault. I did this to myself, okay? This is not a good thing that I did. But just out of the fact that he defied me once, and then I lost him, and now I got him again, and I laid a trap for him. I think it's Macho Man Randy Savage's People's Elbow, right?
The People's Elbow is The Rock, but Randy Savage did the Flying Elbow. The atomic elbow.
I'll show you what I did, and you tell me who it belongs to. Okay, I went ahead and I slapped.
I'll just say the two elbow moves.
I slapped the elbow, and I did a little jump, and I came down as best as I could. The problem is when I went to
that hurts when you do it.
When I went
on the floor.
When I went to come down in the bathroom, I slipped on a different towel. And so I nearly put my elbow through the wall. 'Cause because as I was coming down, it just threw my trajectory off. Like now I'm falling, but I'm more falling towards the wall. And when I went to, I didn't try it again. When I went to move the towel, the spider was gone.
Okay. I got a few things we need to just go back through and just touch on.
Go ahead and shoot.
Okay. So you genuinely decided to drop an elbow on the spider.
I already killed him. Now it's time to insult him.
And you thought, like, this won't go wrong.
I thought there was enough room in the bathroom.
But you're still going to come down on, like, the flat floor with your elbow. It's not going to feel great.
Yeah, but I'm going to land on rugs and towels.
Okay. All right. Fair. Okay, fair. But then I should have
pointed out there was a big rug in the bathroom.
That's still okay. I'm still like, you're lucky you didn't like fracture your fucking elbow just dropping it on the flat floor.
I was gonna hit him
in the bathroom.
I was gonna hit him with more tricep meat than elbow.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, you're really trying to do a stunt fall. I get it. I gotcha. But then ultimately, the spider did escape, and so now you're just showboating.
I mean, I don't know why that's such a arc of the story.
I'm just saying the spider has bested you twice now, and you got so cocky you were about to do a celebratory elbow drop onto it. That would be like if when The Rock does the people's elbow and he like pulls off the shoulder pad and does like the thing, he's not realizing the wrestler is slowly crawling away until he drops the elbow and he's like, oh damn it, they left. I didn't look.
I guess it would be like that.
Yeah.
How about we open the mailbag?
No, you don't get to just pull that ripcord on me. You know the story you just told. Fine, we can open the mailbag if you want. Let's see here. I wasn't prepared. Let me open it up. All right, this first one here. This one is from Ivana, and the title of it says, "How do I get in the mailbag?" And then the body says, "Yay, please help, thanks." Hey, you've done it.
Your wish was granted.
You got in the mailbag. That's how you do it. You email joshjohnsonshow@gmail.com. So send away, Ivana. You've done it.
That's so fun.
Congrats. I love that. Because it's also like the way to do it, and they nailed it. So
Ivana killed it.
It's perfect. All right, this next one here, this is from Daniel, and I figured this one's on topic because it's called Puking at the Gym. And we just had stories of gym craziness and unfortunate bathroom craziness with your spider fight. So, let's see. This is from Daniel. Hey, Josh and Logan. Over the past year or so, I have discovered Josh's stand-up and really enjoyed all that I could find on the internet. When I found out that y'all were hosting your own podcast, I knew I had to check it out. Since listening in for the first time, I have been listening to you all every day and have thoroughly enjoyed each episode since. I particularly enjoyed the episode Say Something Dummy, partly because of the ridiculous story, but also because Logan's infectious laugh. Great stuff. That one, I really got broke in that one. So, but also, if they just recently discovered the show, I think that was episode 99, wasn't it? Like,
I think so.
God damn. Just, God, some of y'all are amazing. Just the way you sprint through, like I don't know. Anyways, I wanted to share a story with you that I think you might get some amusement out of. My whole life, I grew up overweight and very insecure about my body. I was never proud of how I looked or felt, and in the summer of 2018, I decided that I was going to change that once and for all before I started college. I decided to join a gym, and one of my best friends, who had been working out consistently for a few years at this point, Prior to this, I had never had any official weight training or gym experience in my life. However, I did play sports for most of my life, so I was not entirely unsure of myself when I first walked into the gym. However, where I was a total novice was in the kitchen. For most of my life, I had the diet of a middle schooler. Pizza rolls, fudge rounds, potato chips, and that good Southern cooking is what I grew up on. This was also the food that I ate when I first initially started working out. I bought every kind of supplement that I could get my hands on, protein powders, pre-workout, BCAAs, you name it, I bought it. You might now be able to see where this story is going, but if not, I promise I will arrive to the point soon. I love a pre-story tease. You might see where this is going. If you don't, I'll tell you. One day I decided that I wanted to go to the gym to work out. However, I was hungry at the time, and I was not about to go to the gym on an empty stomach. Lucky me, my family had ordered pizza the night prior, so there had been plenty of leftover pizza for me to eat. So I regretfully ate more pizza than I should have, guzzled down my pre-workout concoction, and headed to the gym. On the way to the gym, I began to feel an uneasiness in my stomach, but I was filled with #brotivation. Thank you. And was not about to be stopped by a little bit of a tummy ache. Once arriving to the gym, Once arriving to the gym, I decide that it is time to do some back exercises. So like any other gym bro, I sat down at the rowing machine to start my beginning sets. I should also note two things at this point. One, I arrive at the gym around 6 p.m., which is the absolute rush hour for the gym. There were people everywhere, and I was practically shoulder to shoulder with everyone in the gym. Two, the rowing machine I was using was in the literal middle of the gym, which meant that I was surrounded by people and mirrors on all sides. Okay. All right, back to the story. I think he's putting that like out of game, in game. So I sit down to begin my sets, and my stomach is feeling uneasy. I complete set 1, no big deal. However, set 2 was a different story. As I am performing my second set, I can feel the unholy mix of pre-workout and pizza, and my stomach begin to return to the surface. Stricken with fear of what was about to happen, I panic and freeze. Then the unthinkable happened. I puked onto the rowing machine in the middle of the gym during the middle of rush hour. I sat there in the middle of the gym with the nastiest mix of stomach acid, pizza, and pre-workout you have ever seen, just sitting on the rowing machine. That sounds like it would look like the slime from Ghostbusters 2.
It also would be, so, because it's a rowing machine, it'd be so funny if he slid back while it happened.
Oh, it like fell off the back of it. Like, bah! Pushed him. In this moment, my fight or flight instinct kicked in, and I fought everyone there. No, that's not what happens. But that would be, I just started throwing punches. No, I immediately ran towards the paper towel station. I ripped off some paper towels, frantically cleaned up my puke, and then sat to finish my set and work out like nothing happened. That's a bold move. No, this is normal. That's how it goes. If that doesn't happen to you, you're doing it wrong. To this day, I can't believe that I did not just get up and leave in humiliation of the fact that I just puked in the middle of the busiest gym in town. But for some reason, I was compelled to complete my workout. I hope you enjoyed the story of me being slightly humiliated in public. I still get a kick out of this to this day. Life is funny, isn't it?
What a beautifully chaotic ending.
Anyways, thanks for all you two do. Keep up the good work. Take care, Daniel. There's also some PSs here. Do you want me to read those?
Yeah, please.
P.S. I live in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and would love to see y'all perform stand-up here someday. Don't know if my city has ever been on the radar, but I'd love to put our name in the running for future shows just in case you guys are ever feeling up to it. I mean, half show will travel is usually our deal, but...
Yeah, right.
You know, a little bit. So Chattanooga, probably not out of range. PSS... Oh, no, that's postscript. It'd be PPS, right? Postscript.
Yeah, PPS.
And I'm not meaning to correct. I read it and then my brain got stuck of being like, that's not.
You don't have to explain yourself. You're doing great.
Hey, thanks, buddy. That's the most supportive he's ever been to me on the show. That's the nicest Josh has ever been to me. And his camera's not working, so there isn't even video evidence of it now. Damn it.
Yeah, there'll be a cartoon, though.
I also come from a small town like Josh, and growing up, we also had a firework man. Our firework man also operated out of an 18-wheeler container with awnings cut into it like the one Josh mentioned that he purchased fireworks from in episode 101, the Louisiana Avengers. My firework man left his firework container in the parking lot of our grocery store year-round, and it would open up in July. Oh, wow, so a year-round... That truly is then just a spirit Halloween. Like it opens for the 1 month and then just sits empty.
100%.
Glad to hear that I'm not the only one who grew up with a small town with a local firework man. Maybe my town was just too small to even have a firework man. Maybe you guys were big small towns. We didn't even have a fireworks industry in my hometown.
Yeah, imagine being a little city slicker.
Yeah, that's probably good, huh?
Yeah.
We're just going a little short on this one, but...
Thanks so much for listening to the Josh Johnson Show. We had a great time recording. I hope you had a great time listening. If you are looking to catch up with us on any of the socials, you can find me at Josh Johnson Comedy on Instagram, Josh Johnson on Twitter, Josh J Comedy on Facebook, and Josh Johnson Comedy on TikTok and YouTube, where we're going to be posting clips and full videos of the show. And if you're looking for Logan...
You can follow me on Instagram at Logan M. Nielsen. And if you want to get in the mailbag like those people there, you can email us, joshjohnsonshow@gmail.com. Or you can also leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, which we also like to read in the air. And I just had some sent to me, actually, from our Canadian iTunes reviews.
Oh, wow.
Our buddy D sent me a couple. So maybe we'll have to read, now that I have some international iTunes reviews, maybe we'll read some next time.
Yeah, please.
And you can also, what's the next thing I say? It's about the Patreon. That's what it is. So if you join our Patreon, patreon.com/Josh Johnson Show, we have bonus podcasts there, bonus video stuff, and access to past virtual live shows, full replays at a certain level, which we'll probably be doing one of those here soon. We'll be posting. We haven't scheduled that yet.
Yeah.
The next virtual show. Well, we're going to do it again this month.
Yeah,
so
it's going to be fun.
Keep an eye out for that. Follow us on all those socials to get those details.
Come on through and watch yourself when you work out. Be your own spotter, you know? Be careful.
Be your own spotter. Now, that's kind of inspirational. I like that. And it can be taken either way. You like be your own spotter at the gym. Be your own emotional spotter. You know, take care of you. Be your own heart spotter. Heart spot doesn't sound good. That sounds like something that'll kill you.
Yeah, that sounds really bad.
Yeah. Ooh, you got a heart spotter. Ooh. Killed him. One of that killed my uncles.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, heart spotter seems like it'll do you in.
Yeah. That's the Widowmaker, the old heart spotter. It's hard to say quick, too. I'm just going to see how long I can drag out this. Because I have a heart spot. Yeah, the heart spot's really... Yes, slurred speech is the first sign of a heart spotter. Well, all right. I'm going to call my doctor. Thanks for listening.
I get hyped for the 4th of July ahead of time, really far out, you know? Get great barbecue, you know? It's the country's birthday and everything, you know? It's the only time as a guy you can look up at the sky and be like, ooh, sparkly, yes. You still have to hide it behind machismo, like, yeah, it's sparkly, but it's blowing up, all right? Anybody can get it. Shots fired, okay? You know,
4th of July is just a straight pride parade. That's all it's ever been, you know. It's just the one time a year guys get to be like, yeah. It's basically, don't act like it's not drag just because you put on a longer beard. Like, you dancing in the street too. You know, that's why I'm always blown away by people who complain about pride and they're like, there's no straight pride parade. I'm like, yours is coming up in a month. Like, you can't give it 30 days. Even when you think about it too, you think about the way that the country came together too. We think of the founding fathers as all these old wise men and everything, because that's when they got painted. You know, they got painted late. They had already survived the war by the time we painted them. When they were in the war, they were much younger. We got the pains when they were like 40. But they fought in the war. You think they were fighting in the war old? You know what I mean? Like, you think Washington was in the war like, get them, boys? No, y'all shoot. Oh. No, these were young men. Young men battling to create a country, you know? And it's mind-blowing how young they were when we won. You know, July 4th of 1776, Alexander Hamilton was in his 20s, early 20s. So was Aaron Burr. You know, some of the oldest people, I think even Washington was like only 40 or something. And that's just, it should be a testament to the fact that sometimes, you know, as much as young people don't always know the way, they have the energy to go the furthest, you know. So sometimes it's important to let young people lead and old people guide. You know, I think that's how you. You know, because there's someone that has all the passion, all the fire in their heart to do something, to try to build a better world, and then there's someone behind them that doesn't have as much of the fire anymore, but is like, don't trip over that rock. Just go a little bit more left and you'll be fine. Don't do what I did. That's how I messed up my knee, though. No. Founding fathers they're fascinating to me because, you know, they were trying to carve out an ideal into making it, you know, making it substantial, making it real, making it a country and everything. But there were still some pretty deep. I don't know. It's a hard thing to write down. You know, all men are created equal, and then look over and be like, yeah, except. Yeah, I mean. So it's a dream that took time, still takes time, still hasn't been fully realized in the way that it's at least on the paper. You know, like sometimes people have this revisionist history about the founding fathers, like they would have wanted the best for everyone and for all of us to get along. And I'm like, no, they said what they meant. They, do you know what I mean? Like, the founding fathers didn't have slaves, but also be like, one day someone will right this wrong. You know, but I think about how even, you know, people know more about Alexander Hamilton now because of the musical and stuff. But Hamilton, you know, staunchly against slavery and everything, and he was young, so I'm sure he was like this young kid that people looked at like, this dude doesn't know what he's talking about. He just talks a lot, you know. And it's funny how we know about Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr's feud mostly because of the musical, but we don't know how petty it got. Alexander Hamilton built a home in New York City, right? And Aaron Burr used his money
to build a home down the street because he was jealous of where Alexander's home was. So he built the house pretty close by so that I guess Hamilton could see him hating from down the street. Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr were the original Kendrick and Drake. Amazing. I also get excited for the summer. I get excited for July because it usually means, at least for some years, that Will Smith has a new movie out. And it's happened. Bad Boys is out. It's crushing the box office, you know. Will Smith slapped all the money out of Hollywood. Man, I want them to make as many Bad Boys movies as possible. I want to see these men old. I want there to be so many Bad Boys movies that after a while you're like, boys? I want them to make so many they gotta change it to Bad Unks, you know? As I'm getting older, I realize this year that all of my close friends are either in or closely approaching their 30s. And it's so funny because, you know, everybody 30 and up, when people turn 30 now, they call themselves old, which is insane to me. That's so, like, medicine is getting good enough where you can kind of expect to live to 90, but you're old at 30. Why would you be old most of the time? That doesn't make any sense at all. You don't bring home bread and then the next day go, it's pretty old. No. But I get how people feel that way. I really do. Because what's happening is we know deep down, right? We have this obsession with youth. And we, you know, everyone's trying to look young, be young, stay young, feel young, all this stuff like that. And it's mainly because, and I've said this before, it's mainly because we know how we treat older people. So we're more scared of that than we are getting old. What's wrong with getting older? You know more stuff. Why would that be bad, you know? But I get how people feel old at a certain time, because especially people who are in their 30s now, we're in a very specific time that hasn't happened, at least the way that it's happening to us, right? Because we were like coming of age at a time that was like a turning point for what feels like almost everything, right? Business gets done differently now. Tech is different. Every aspect of life is different. And we remember right before and as it turned and now. You know what I mean? Like if you're in your like 30s, you're like 33 and up, you remember before Google. That sounds ancient. That's... Just to say before Google sounds like another century, because it was. I work with people that are younger than me. And I was explaining to someone, and I hate when I have to explain a thing that makes me sound older than I am, because they're a little younger. So then I had to explain before Google to them. And I sounded crazy. I sounded crazy to me, but I was there, so I know I'm not wrong. I sounded insane. I was like, no, because before Google, you had to just know. And if you didn't know, you had to ask somebody who you hope knew and was friendly. And if they didn't know, you had to go online. We still had online. Don't do that. We still had online. So then you had to go online and you had to ask Jeeves. And then they were like, "What is Ask Jeeves? Like, what is?" And I was like, "Ask Jeeves is. It's like if Google was white. Like it's." And so you had to ask Jeeves, and if Jeeves didn't know, then you had to go to the library, and you had to ask a librarian. And if the librarian didn't know, they would give you a number with dots. They would give you, a library is like a house for books. They would give you a number with dots, and then you would go trace the dots and the number to a book, and then you would read the book to see if the answer to your question was in there. And if it wasn't, you would just know a bunch of different stuff. You would know. A book is like a slow Kindle. It's like you scroll with your finger, but it turns something, like there's something to turn with your finger. It's not, there's no screen. And then, if your question, what you've been looking for 6 months, yes, it takes a long time. So maybe cut your dad some slack, right? It used to be harder to know. Do you know how crazy you sound saying it used to be harder to know? That's not how I wanted to end it. I know I'm getting older because I'm getting genuinely more and more nostalgic for small things. Like not movies, not like really small things about life. Like I miss growing up in the 90s. I think all of our appliances in the 90s were just better. They were just like top notch because not only did they last longer and they worked, but you could fix anything in your house by hitting it. Violence solves so much in the home. Growing up, all you need was some fists and some belief. And you could fix a whole house. Don't need to call a contractor or anything. Like if you had just any appliance, you know? And what was special about it was that you knew how to hit it. You knew how to hit yours. That's very important. It wasn't just you could go hitting something. Well, you got to know your machine, and you knew how to hit it specifically to get it to work. And it wouldn't work when you went over to your friend's house. You go over to your friend's house and their thing wouldn't be working, and you'd be like, and they'd be like, no, you gotta go. And you're like, wow, I didn't know that. I don't have that model. That's good to know. So when I upgrade, it's 2. Okay, that's good to know. And it's 2 towards the front. All right, that's good to know. It was a beautiful time. I just felt like things really worked. You know? Like a 90s washing machine. A 90s washing machine you could hear it all through if you were lucky enough to have a washing machine in your home, if you had a laundry room in your home, you could hear, no matter where you were in the house, because the washing machine would be whooping your clothes. No matter where you were in the house, as soon as you started you would hold off watching a movie. Because you're like, we can't watch a movie and do the laundry. That's not, it's going to mess up the experience, all right? It would be whooping the state. You could hear your clothes getting beat. And they were all loud, and they all just, like, the washing machine moved like it had legs. No matter where you were in the house, you could hear your clothes screaming in the machine. Just, and you would go, whether it was your house or somebody else's house, you could go to somebody's house, you could tell how strong their washing machine was by how messed up the paint was on the wall, on that edge that was next to the machine. it would be beating your clothes, beating the stains out, horrific stuff, right? To the point where you could, even when you stained the shirt, you could tell, even back in the 90s, your shirts would be like, don't do that to me, bro. No, come on. Hey, no, we good? I'll push it out. I'll push the stain out. Don't send me in there with them. No. Be amazing. And then if there was a little malfunction, if the door wouldn't lock and lips started coming up and everything, suds started spitting out everything, just took a little bam. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh. It was beautiful, These new washing machines. I know I already sound like an old man, but this. I was at an Airbnb. They had a washing machine in the Airbnb, which at first I was very excited about. I was like, oh, it's amazing. You never get this, right? And the washing machine was state of the art. And it was like a Tesla washing machine. It had so many buttons. It had a keyboard's worth of buttons. It had more buttons than I cared to read. I just wanted to hit clean. It had a handkerchief setting. It's sad. And then you put got stain on the shirt, put the clothes in, and then, you hit whatever, turn. There was a lot to do. And then you hit, and it starts, and you can tell something is happening because it's spinning, and you can see through it now. It has the little door where you can look in, and it's spinning so fast that the clothes are gone. I was looking, and I was like, I can't tell if it's spinning or if it left. It was crazy, but it was silent, and I didn't like that. I didn't like that it was quiet the entire time, right? Just, but nothing. You couldn't hear anything, right? I didn't even know when the clothes were done. That would have never happened in the 90s. You always knew when your clothes were done because your washing machine would finish beating your clothes. And you would hear, because they used to put alarm clock stuff in the washing machine to make sure they made the same noise. This thing finished. I had no idea. It finished and it was like, hey. I don't want to disturb you, but I think I did it. And then I pulled the shirt out of the washing machine. The stain was so intact. The stain was sitting there comfortably. The stain was looking at me like it had its legs crossed. Looking at me like, your move. Even TVs. I remember we got a big screen TV, and it was a huge deal, but the TV was if I remember correctly, it was kind of like a hand-me-down because we got the TV because it wasn't really working as much anymore, so the people that were throwing out the TV were like, we're going to get a new TV, and we were like, we don't have a TV, so let's take yours, right? And it was huge. It took up most of remember the big 90s, tall, wide, remember when TVs had ass? Do you know what I mean? Really had it, some true thickums. You know what I mean? You would go over to your friend's house, they'd be like, I got a new TV. You'd be like, oh, she packing. Oh, wow. I don't even understand. I don't even know why they made them like that. But it had it would be the screen here, but then just boom, boom. And that was great because even though the TV didn't always work, you knew how to work it, right? Because it would do that thing where all those TVs back then, when they didn't work, they would just get wavy. You remember that? It would be I'd put on the news and it would just be red, blue, green, red, magenta, yellow. And you turn on the news and be like, at 8 o'clock. Because I was little when we got this TV, and I remember turning it on and it wasn't working. I was like, Mama, Mama, the TV ate a popsicle. And my dad would usually be the one to hit the TV because he knew how to do it, right? But my dad hit the he hit the TV a lot. My dad hit the TV so much, sometimes I was wondering if it was really about the TV. You know what I mean? Sometimes my dad would hit TV, I'm like, no, it was working. That's how But my dad hit the TV so much that I think the TV genuinely learned to recognize, hey! One time I was trying to watch the news and my dad came home. That's all he did. He just came into the house and the TV was like, crawl. As soon as he closed the door, it was like 2 people were murdered. And then I got a TV. I bought a TV for myself as an adult because I wanted to have my own big screen TV. I wanted to have my own, like, oh, I'm sitting at home chilling for the weekend watching a movie, have a real experience for myself, right? And I bought it. It was too expensive. I took out a car note on this TV. This several payment TV, and we bring it home. I'm excited initially. I'm super excited because, they bring it home and they install it, they mount it on the wall and everything. Smart TV, brilliant TV. Good grades TV, right? But I'm trying to watch this TV and I want to be, I'm not like a dumb person, but like I cannot figure out how to get the subtitles off this TV. And it's like, I can't stress how much this is not my fault, all right? I'm not like a dumb, like I know I'm up here doing the jokes and we're all having a good, but I'm not a dumb guy. Like this is crazy, all right? And I want to be clear, I know that it's not the HBO subtitles at all because then I go to the settings at HBO and HBO is like, it's not us. We're not the one to do it, but I'm trying to watch Dune 2, right? Trying to watch Dune 2 on this big screen TV. I turn on HBO, I'm watching, and it gets to that part where like Timothy Chalamet doing that like Fremen language, so he's like, da da da, you know what I mean? Like whatever they say. And so then in the movie, they have subtitles for that part because nobody knows what they say, right? So then the movie, those subtitles come up, but then on top of those subtitles are these like nasty gray italic subtitles coming up, and I'm like, who is typing? That's not what I wanted at all, and I can't get it off, and it's great, and it was everything I watched. I would leave HBO and I go watch something somewhere else, and they were like, and that's not even as bad as when I first got it, because when I first got it, when I first brought the TV home, it had, I don't know how it happened, it had the audio description on. All right. Now, if you, some of you are familiar. So, if you don't know what audio description is, it's basically if you're watching it and you're visually impaired, it will give you both context for what is happening in the show and things that are more like stage direction that are just happening silently, right? So then I don't know that that's on. I don't know. I didn't press anything. I just turned on TV. I hit on the TV. That's all I did. And so then I went to watch Law & Order SVU, all right? So now I'm watching Law & Order, and Olivia is like handing somebody their ass, right? Like she's just like, you don't know anything about Survivor, you don't know anything. And then she walks out of the room, and then as she walks out of the room, my TV is like, Olivia leaves the room. And I'm like, who is that? Who is that? Who is in here? And I went to the settings. I went to Peacock. I went into the settings, and the Peacock settings were like, it's not us. We're not doing that. I've used remotes all my life. I've all the time used the remote, and I pressed the remote was not remoting. Finally, it was off. I don't even know what I did. Maybe I didn't do anything. Maybe the TV just decided to stop doing it. I have no idea. But I was watching a different episode, and Olivia was once again handing somebody their ass. You don't know anything about Survivor. You don't know anything. And then she left the room, and I was like, because what can you do with this TV? What can I do when I can't get the subtitles on? You can't hit it.
can't hit it. I took out a mortgage on this TV. You cannot hit it. You used to be able, when the old TV, when I was little, I would play Sega Genesis connected to the back of the TV, right? And then sometimes Sega would be glitching up, which, translated for kids means the game was cheating, right? So then the game would be cheating, and so then I would get mad, and I would stand up, like 10 years old, I'd stand up, and I'd punch the TV in its face. I would I'd punch the TV as hard as I could in what I thought was the nose, right? Like I would just, and I don't know what the TV was made of, but I would punch the TV and I would pull back the most mangled hand. Cause I don't know what it was made of, but it wasn't glass. There's no way it was glass. It had to be like clear steel or something. Cause the hand that I was pulling back, all my fingers had switched up and stuff. My thumb was in the middle. And now you can't punch a TV at all. You can't even dust this TV. You just gotta bargain with it. You used to be able to hit everything. The only thing you didn't hit back in the day was the microwave. I feel like you didn't hit the microwave because then and now, we don't really understand how the microwave works. Yeah, I mean, I can always describe a microwave. If someone had never met a microwave before and they were trying to ask me what a microwave was, I'd be like, it is hot magic. Yeah, I mean, they put some hellfire to good use and just, it gets the soups hot when you put it in there. My grandma, when I was little, she had what I imagined was the second microwave ever made. Like it was one of the oldest microwaves I've ever seen, and it didn't make any sense. We would try to get her to get rid of it all the time because it was so old that the door handle for the microwave looked like a door. Like it just. And then the buttons, she had it for so long. This had to have been, maybe it was the first microwave. She had it for so long that all the buttons had faded. So you don't know what you're pressing. I don't know what's potato and what's two. Like, every time you put something in this microwave, it's a gamble, right? You don't know if you're hitting defrost, if you're hitting 9 or whatever. And so, there was one time that everybody was cooking in the kitchen, but I wanted to make some easy mac in a little cup, so I flipped it open, put the water in, tried to put it in the microwave. It was like dun 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 dun. Because I just had to go by feeling, because all the buttons were like Audis. That makes like all the buttons were poking out like. Go ahead, press me. Go ahead. Press me. I don't know what's gonna happen either. Press me. Let's do it. Do it. Do it. I remember I pressed the buttons and put the easy mac, but there's so many people in the kitchen. I'm getting pressed up against the microwave, and I didn't hit it. I just was pressed up against it, and my whole face started to get hot. And I was like, y'all, this is leaking. I don't know. It is leaking magic in the kitchen. We need to evacuate.
When I